YouTube fans, here again. And I figure why not do this one? Not done it for a bit, not done it for a while, so why not? Peter News. That's right, Peter News and updates and things to come. Why not? So, as you know, I've been doing a lot of the Equalizer. When I say Equalizer, I know I'm repeating myself, but what the hell? I'm on about the TV series, TV program. For people who were not around and was only around in the era when we had the movie version of the Equalizer, believe it or not, I'll take you into a time machine. In the mid-80s to the late 80s, believe it or not, there was a TV show called The Equalizer with Edward Woodward, well-known actor at that time, British actor. And we all know the history. The one that did the music, did the theme tune, did the music, was one of the former band members of The Peace. I always loved the song. If you want to hear more, you probably see my just going to the first ever episode of The Equalizer. So you've got it up. So I'm going to be doing all of them, right? To Series 1, Series 2, Series 3 and Series 4. Why not? I'm having fun. I don't know how many episodes that made of The Equalizer out there. The series. I'd say about 3. I could be right, I could be wrong. I'm thinking now. Yeah, they did 3 series of the Equalizer. Even I was trying to think then, if I remember what the fuck I was doing for an hour, I was trying to think, yeah, they made 3 series. So it's been fun doing that. And it's been fun rewatching them, you know what I mean? It definitely brings up me childhood sweetheart. When I say childhood sweetheart, it makes me feel like a kid again. I remember watching them Friday night with my mum, and it's great. Then I'll probably talk about other TV shows. Because I think after talking about movies for so long, movies get a bit boring. I mean, I know I'm getting to that point of my life now where I'm getting bored talking about films. And I don't know, there's not any new films what I've interested in me. There's nothing. There's bits of me thinking, should I watch the latest Final Destination for Tony Todd? Because there's something I found out. That Tony Todd's last performance, it wasn't scripted, it wasn't lined, he had to improvise it. The poor guy knew he was dying and he improvised his lines. So his lines wasn't even lines, he improvised it, made up on the spot. And it's very heartbreaking scene. He's talking about life after death, death after life. It's hard to explain. But when he says it, you can see his heart's in it. It's coming on how he feels, knowing he knew himself he was going to die. He knew himself he was dying. And apparently, I could be right and I could be wrong, but this is what I've heard. I want to say what I've heard. When he said these amazing stuff, he says about life after death, brings out the audience, got up, tears in the eyes, and started tapping. Very sad. It's sad to see Tony Todd, he's all thin, he's daunting, you can tell he's always ill. The poor guy had stomach cancer when they was doing the last of the Final Destination films. It's heartbreaking, that's why I'm very hesitant to go and see it, sort of not. Because I don't really want to see a Tony Todd all thing. I mean, I remember what's the name in the remake of Night of the Living Dead. I love Night of the Living Dead. I remember what's the name in all the 3 of the Candyman films. Brilliant, intimidating, a steady villain. This is why I don't want to see another remake of Elm Street. I don't want to see another fucking Hellraiser, another fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Back then, it was refreshing to see a new villain, an iconic new villain, bringing Candyman. And, you know, there's been a lot of other films. He's in things well before all that. I remember he once been in a film called Street Smart. If anyone's ever seen a movie called Street Smart, I would recommend it. 1987. It's doing this young lad. He's like a debt director. One place, one time. We've got all these gangs wanting to fucking kill him. And one of the leaders of the cans is a very young Tony Todd. Very good film. Never seen that one. So yeah, there's like there's a lot of things there probably interested in doing, maybe not. And after that, I probably like to say I'm going to keep doing my films, keep thinking of things to do and new topics on the way. But we talk about politics again. I'm not doing it a miss at the moment. I'm doing it a miss. If people want to know why I'm doing it a miss, I was right. Hey, man, I was right. And I remember making a bet on this back before the election day. Very proud to have it still. Because this has been in my bedroom now since that day. This was the bet. This was the bet what would happen if I invented Derek being Tier the Tier Star Moon was going to get in. I made that bet. Remember, people? I made that bet. Everything he would do on election day. I know, I sucked. I was an arsehole. I was insulting people that voted Labour because I was pissed. But I'm not getting a bid head. I'm not getting a boner. I was right. I was fucking right. Everything that man was going to do, he has fucking done it. Let down the old people. I know, I'm boring record. Fucking letting more dinky divers in. He has done. Fucking houses. Everything they were going to. I was right about that one. Taxing people. Look what it's done to the farmers. I was right about that. But the one big one I was spot on with. EU. Remember that? Remember the amount of people wanted out? Now, I've never thought him in this. I tissed the man's ass, but I'm not tissing his ass because it weren't all him. It was not all him. It was Note for ads, what also helped out. But yeah, I will say it. Boris Johnson also did it. And how did Boris the Dollis is do? For once, I'm calling him his proper name. I'm going to be respectful for the man for once. Boris Johnson, he beat my people wanted to eat out of the EU. He went out and he done it, sort of. I say sort of because it weren't technically done. That's why I've still got human fucking rights sticking the beak in. And the reason why I wanted out the EU is because you had these people showing us what we should not do. They were taxing the fish lands, taxing the boats, they're literally owning the fucking land, and we didn't have our own independence. And Boris Johnson giving the people what wanted out of EU because it was up to us. So I can't say, well, I don't want out of the EU. That's fair enough. If you want out of it, didn't want out of it. But biggest amount of people what wanted out of that, Boris Johnson didn't use the people what you wanted. Tanted, I'm not ever going to praise the man like he's the fucking say I know, like he's a god. Because we all know with the fucking crisis of what we had with the fucking Jofit shit. We had Jofit fires. We all know that. We all wear stupid fucking masks. Tanted, I'm not going to be all different arsehole. It was a new illness. At the time, maybe I was selfish. And being a man here, and being a man, I'm admitting I was a dick. Right? But at the same time, what he did, how he did it, I understand it was something new. He didn't know what to fucking do. If he opened the borders, we're fucked. If he let us all out, we're fucked. If it does it slowly, it's a chance it could come back with a vengeance. If it does it fast, it's going to come back with a vengeance. But at the same time, he was also a hypocrite. Remember what I said? Remember what I said when he went out and he had a party all night? Remember that? Remember he went back on certain things and taxed people and let down the old his fucking self. Remember that? Remember he said you can't fish at your dam, man. They all died. So now I'm just going over the place. I'm going back on that. But I'm not saying the only decent thing Boris Johnson did without going around the houses. What is Keir Starmer doing? There's that fucking pound I betted all them fucking time before the election. This is the same fucking pound. I shit you not. I never told lies. This is the same fucking pound. Right? The only difference is Keir Starmer didn't ask us. Didn't ask for another reparation. You know what's so funny? I didn't even say this one. I didn't even say it. One of my mates said it. That when he gets into power, we'll probably be stuck with the EU again. There won't be no hard decision about it. He'll just go and do it. And the funny thing is, if my mate's watching me, hey mate, based on me, you can have me fucking pound. Because he was fucking spot on. That's a good time machine there, back in the good old days, a pound. But at the end of the day, spot on. Everything I fucking said he would do, he did. And that's why I was a dick. I apologise to the people of Labour voters. I was a bit of a jackass. Again, I'm admitting even I make mistakes. But Tiers Starman wrote is fucking in denial. That is it done for business, maybe, but now they're owning the land again. We don't get a say, we don't get a decision, and the fucking moron wonders why you get big amount of people saying, we want Storming out, we want Storming out. He fucking wonders why he gets that, why he's so fucking hated, why biddies amount of people on the election on the council voted the Reform Party. But I don't know, the news are fucking chucky. They probably go, oh, Note for Art, he's a racist. They'll still come out with that song and dance when it comes to an election. I'll guarantee it. But the way things are going, fuck it. I'll keep hold of this pound, because the next bet is the Reform are going to get in. I can see it happening. And whatever anyone thinks, the Note for Art, no matter what shit, Sly News, BBC shitty news will say about the man, I've got to guarantee that Note for Ads, if he's still around in 20fucking9, or any of the Reform Party, I've got a good feeling they're going to get him. There's that fucking pound. There's my fucking pound. I've got a good feeling on it. Psych it. Because you've only got to see what's going on. You'll never hear it on the news, because the news will tell you what they want you to know, not what you need to know. There's a difference. One day I'm going to do a rant on that. I know I've done one before because I fucking hate the news. But everything I fucking said about that man was spot on. I apologise to some of the Labour people. Again, hey, I'm admitting, see, I'm a man. I'm admitting my mistakes in life. I admit I was a jackass, right? But the thing is now, I'm happy to say, biggest amount of people what voted Labour, voted into this fucking Derek, I'm not going to say a man, a demented Derek, because he talks like that, right? I've got to admit, biggest amount of them now have seen the fucking light out of an ass, and at the end of the day, they know that this man is just an overpaid fucking salesman, and he's here to fuck the country up. Rachel Thieves, as I call her. Tats. This demented Derek fucking us over. So far since he's been in, what has he actually done what's good? Now, I know every Prime Minister is a fucking arsehole, right? But being amount from whatever got in, sometimes do his favours. Sometimes, they're not the tats of certain things. There's a few freebies here and there. They help out a little bit here and there so they can think, hey, you know what? See, he's actually a nice person. So far since he's come in, he's done out but tats. Fuck the elderly. Fuck up the farmland. Bring back the EU, we don't get a fucking say. Put a fucking new law that you can't have an appearance. If you do, you're a racist, you're this, you're that. Put you in prison. Just for having freedom of speech. So, you know what I mean? What amazing things has this man done so far? It's the most 80 Prime Minister, and you can fucking see why. And that's what I'm going to say, but I was right. Everything I said. But anyway, moving on. The end of the day, I'm going to say this one, right? This one from the heart. I'm so happy. I remember doing this. Tommy Robinson is out. Well, he's not out there, but he's not so much of his months. He's not been in that long. And for the judge to put him in a piss in the way he has, and people cry out about human rights. Where's the man's human rights, judge? Where's his rights? For doing what I'm doing now. What? Calling him a thug. You let the law of the land is a jackass. As Charles Dickens said, the law is an arse. He was spot on. All those centuries ago, Charles Dickens once said, the fucking writer himself, that the law is an arse. He was spot on. Couldn't get it any right, because they can let scumbags out. But hey man, Donald, fucking hell, tack it up, getting fucking brain dead. They can sue cheap, our man in prison, Tommy Robinson. I almost fucked his name up there. But yeah, they're shooting Tommy Robinson in prison for what? But they've knocked it off. He's only got so many months now, and then he's free as a bird. Not saying he's probably got mental health. He's probably forgetful of his own fucking name because he's been stuck in a room smaller than my room. Not being able to see his loved ones, not being able to see his family, barely getting any exercise. So where's the human rights there, Duds? You let scumbags out, but you can keep this man in prison. You can put a woman in prison for saying a silly comment on Facebook, probably out of anger. She realised what she did. She removed it a couple of minutes after, and she's still in fucking prison. Fucking mad. Stupid. This is the world we live in. And they should get them stupid fucking rigs and say they're fucking justice and the law. They're not. They're a jackass. Fucking jackass. But at the end of the day, even though good news is the only way, you've got people now saying that he caused the riots on the Southport, they was victimised, they were bullied. 2 people, right? What I can say about those 2 people is you left it late in the day, haven't you? You left it late in the day now to winds and rain. And I find it very convenient that there's not so much months of Tommy Robinson that he shouldn't be free as a bird. We've got 2 fucking people whining that they was victimised and they were bullied and oh, he was a nasty man. They left it late in the fucking day, and it's very convenient. It's not that long when he's going to be policed. Not that long. What are they going to find next on Tommy Robinson if he does get free? What's next? Someone tips over the banana peel and he gets the brain for that one next. Sounds a bit like my life, that, at the moment. But yeah. At the moment, just taking it easy. And like I say, I'm going to do new topics, new things. The weather's beautiful outside. If you can hear something, it's blowing a gale, but it's not raining. Nobody needs a bit of rain. The weather did need calming down a bit, but it's nice to have decent weather at the moment. So I'm making the most of it. But until then, be smart, be safe. See you later.